Yep. Self-improvement is masturbation. And I'm going to tell you why. So, the reason, and here's what I mean by it, right? Because a lot of people might be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Here's the thing. I see a lot of people who get into self-improvement, and I see a lot of people who start getting into spirituality and start making these ideas. They're like, yeah, I want to make a better me. I want to do better things with my life, and I want to go out and change, right? But the thing is that they're not actually changing because of they're not changing from a pure heart. And what I mean by that is that they're not changing to become better. They're changing because they're looking to get away from the problems. They're looking to get away from something. Self-improvement becomes an escape sometimes, I see in some people, where some people I talk to and they're like really smart, right? And they know a lot, but at the end of the day, I can tell that all this spirituality, all this stuff that they're learning, they're using it to get away from something that they haven't resolved. There's something, whether that's an event, whether that's emotional, trauma, pain, whatever, there's something that they don't want to confront. And by constantly improving and self-helping yourself, they get away from the problem, right? It's their escape from it. And that's why I call it masturbation, because you're just playing with yourself. You're not actually getting into the roots of it. You're not getting into the big elemental thing that has to happen in order to fundamentally actually encounter a big change. Yes, you're going through a change, but in a sense, the whole change that you've put on, you're not affecting your personality. You're forming a persona through self-improvement, through self-help. And yeah, I see it all the time where I run into people and they're all about it. They're all about the spirituality, the positive vibes, and they're all good and they got the good heart, but all they're really doing is they're trying to get away. They're hiding something. They're burying. They're getting rid of something. And to me, that's not the way to go about self-help and self-improvement. When you're looking to improve yourself and become better, yes, obviously you have the intention of wanting to get better at life. Obviously you have the intention of wanting to do better in something, right? You're looking to excel. You're looking to create new pathways for yourself. For example, somebody gets on NoFap and they decide, this is what I'm going to do with myself. I'm gonna do NoFap so I can quit porn and become a better me. But you don't want to be doing it to bury other problems that you have. Really, when you get into spirituality and all this, if anything, that should be bringing you closer to solving the problem. That should be bringing you closer to settling the issues that you've dealt with in the past, right? Those traumas and the emotional pain that you haven't healed, that you may have had trouble confronting then, if anything, self-improvement should be bringing you closer to resolving that, not getting away from it, not getting rid of it. When I see people that ignore their problems and they just try and shut it out and ignore it and stop thinking about it, I'm like, that's the worst thing you could be doing, because you're just ignoring the actual thing you need to be solving. You're just trying to play it off. You're just trying to move along life. And you're doing everything you can because you're scared to embrace that pain. You know that pain. You know that misery. You know whatever's trapped down there that you've been trying to bury. You don't want to face it. And spirituality and this self-help and all this other bullshit that you've been glorifying yourself with and embodying so well is really just your mask for the actual problems that you haven't faced with your actual life. You need to deal with the bullshit that's there first. You need to take on whatever it is that happened then. You need to deal with your past. You need to deal with your problems. You need to resolve that shit before you can undergo a true, genuine change of character, of who you are and what you are. You can't play the persona. You can't mask your problems because it comes off fake. It comes off weird. A real, genuine person that really is about spirituality in a good sense, an honest sense, has dealt with that. Has gone down to the fucking hell. Has gone down to the dark depths of themselves and actually have solved that. Actually have resolved, confronted, understood, become one with, right? Has integrated themselves with. They are not, when you approach it from the angle, I like stuttered there. When you approach it from the angle that you're trying to get away from it, and you know that, you know, you may not even really know it completely consciously, or maybe you know, but you don't really accept it, that you're trying to do this as a way to get away from the real problem. That's why I call it masturbation, because you're basically just playing with yourself. You're playing with yourself, distracting yourself from the actual thing that needs to be happening, which is taking care of the emotion, releasing the emotional baggage, taking care of the damaged relationships, taking care of getting out of certain environments that just need to be get out of, settling the things in your life, settling the things about you specifically that are posing an issue. See, it's not about getting away from the issues, it's about getting into that. It's about confronting and dealing with those issues. Stop running away from it with self-help and improvement, and just stop that shit and start improving yourself by facing the fucking problems, by getting into what it is that you're actually trying to avoid and dealing with that however you have to. So that's my video on why I think self-improvement is masturbation, and hopefully you found it valuable. Talk to you next time.